Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here to talk about where I see my team going over these next couple of weeks that are remaining in Season 5 with these Bracket Buster event cards. We, so far through the first 3 days of the event being live, have gotten agendas which are really hard to complete on day one, on Friday, because in order to get the agendas done, we need to have players from the Bracket Buster set. On Saturday, yesterday, we had a participation trophy. If you just played 3 King of the Court games, you were able to get a Dark Matter event piece, which is pretty nice. And then today, if you're able to get a 5-game win streak under your belt in the park, as long as you have no glitches or anything happen to you, you should be able to walk away with a 100 overall Bracket Buster event piece, which is pretty nice. It is going to be very difficult to get done. I do feel like there's going to be hopefully a little less competition out there today than there have been during previous events. You know, during the All-Star event, Magic Johnson was very easily attainable if you got all the park win streaks done. The card that you see on the screen right here, Zach Edey, is basically the same price as one of the 100 overalls in this event. You know, he basically costs you 19 of those 100 overall Bracket Buster event pieces. So maybe that's just me being optimistic and hoping it's not going to be super sweaty out there. But look, it's definitely going to be a very difficult objective to get done. 5 wins in a row in park. But if you guys are going to go for it, do your best and best of luck. I'm going to be trying to get it done myself. Not feeling too optimistic, but hey, man, you never know. Anyways, I want to talk about where I see the rewards going over the next week and change, because I'm seeing a lot of people on YouTube and on Twitter saying that they expect to see another 5-game win streak in the park tomorrow on Monday, March 24th. For another 100 overall piece, because that's what happened during the All-Star event. But I don't think people, at least those people, remember why we got that. I think it was because it was President's Day that Monday, and a lot of the people who live in the United States and go to work or go to school were off from school and work on that day. And so they were basically able to get on the game if they were free and grind the game out again. So that was a nice way of 2K giving us another grind to get done while we were home, you know, or at least away from school or work. You know, if you had plans and you weren't able to do it, it is what it is. That's life. But for that reason, and because tomorrow is not a holiday, at least that I'm aware of in the United States, I don't think 2K is going to give us another 5-game win streak for a 100 overall. But I would like to see 2K give us an updated win streak reward throughout the week. You know, we've had a 90+ premium as our 5-game win streak on, you know, Monday through Saturday. I think basically every single day since the season, or sorry, not the season, since the year began. You know, I mean, if anything, the reward that we had for 5 wins was worse earlier on in the year. I think we're long overdue for an upgrade and improvement for a 5-game win streak on days that aren't named Sunday. And I'm really hoping that 2K makes that change tomorrow, because, you know, I don't think we're going to get that Monday 5-game win streak like I mentioned, because it's not a holiday. But right now, all we're getting are daily logins, which I guess we could quickly do our daily login right now. Let me make sure I'm recording. Hi, YouTube. All right, yeah, let's take a quick look and see what we get out of our daily login, because yesterday we just got a gold piece, and I'm really hoping that we get something better than a gold, even if it's an amethyst. Come on, 2K, give me something that's better than a gold. See, like, this is not rewarding. We can't be getting these every single day and having them be golds. Like, we need to have more, and I'm assuming we are going to get agendas throughout the week. Like, maybe we get, you know, of the 5 weekdays, maybe we get agendas on like 3 or 4 of the days. That'll be really nice. Now, I'm not as pressed during this event as I was in previous events, because, you know, during the During the Winter MT Festival, I really wanted Kawhi Leonard. During the last event, I really wanted Magic Johnson. During this event, there really aren't any high tier cards that I want. Like I think the most expensive card I want from the exchange is Joakim Noah, and even then, I'm not really like in a place where I feel like I absolutely have to get him. Like I would like to walk away with Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer, and then Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart because I'm a Knicks fan, and then Derek Anderson and Antoine Walker. But like outside of that, and then just getting these Diamond Shoe and Takeover packs, there really isn't all that much for me to want to engage with from the exchange, which is why as of right now, I don't plan on buying that 450k VC box. But I would still like to see more agendas in game throughout the week, and I think especially if 2K does not update the park win streaks during the middle of the week, they have to give us more agendas, because during the All-Star event we had agendas that came out during the weekend after each of the different competitions, right? After the 3-point competition, the skills contest, the dunk contest, the All-Star game. I think we had agendas following each of those events or games, and each one of those agendas had a better reward than the previous one, right? I think we ended with a 100 overall All-Star event piece by, I think, completing, what was it, Steph Curry's agenda, whatever. I forgot what it was. I think Steph Curry won MVP during the All-Star game itself. But regardless, we need something similar to that, and I'm hoping that we see that sometime during this week, because I don't think 2K is going to be giving us more agendas next week when it's the final week of season 5, because usually during the final week of a season 2K kind of mails it in. They give us super packs for that respective season and then don't really give us anything else. I would love to see 2K buck that trend and give us agendas next week to get done as well, to make up for the lack of, like, there really isn't much of anything to do right now in the game. Again, we had the King of the Court thing yesterday for a Dark Matter piece, which was not bad. We have the park win streak today, but I do think they need to give us a little more to do in the game, and that's why I'm hoping that we will get better agendas. And I'm not hopeful for this, but I would really like to see this, the park win streak, get updated in the middle of the week, because that 90 plus overall, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in case you guys don't really play park and you aren't aware. If this loads, yeah. This right here, this needs to get updated. I would love it if they made the 3-win, even if it's not a deluxe. Like, I think the deluxe is kind of silly. Just make this a regular bracket buster promo pack, and then give us a, like, in terms of what award I like to see here, obviously I'm not asking for a 100 overall, every single week, but if they can make, or every single day rather, but if they can make this like a pink diamond for 5 wins every single day, that would be at least somewhat solid, in my opinion. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think. Is that me asking for too much? Asking for the park win streaks to be updated throughout the middle of the week? I feel like everyone kind of agrees that they should have updated it. I just feel like they should update it now to keep it in line with what we're getting in terms of the event that we have in game. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Best of luck in your triple threat park journey today. If you're trying for that 100 overall piece, I hope that everyone in the Broth Cindy community who does try for it gets their 5-game win streak. And also, last bit of, not even information, I guess the last bit of advice I have for you guys. When you get to your 4th win in a row, if that happens today, I would say try to record, whether it's on your phone or on your console, the entire game when it happens. Because if for whatever reason you get, an error code after you win and you get 5 in a row, 2K is going to ask you for video evidence that you won 5 games. They're going to ask you for roughly the time of day that it happened. And then they're going to ask you for the gamer tags of the players involved, or at least of your teammates. So as long as you get a video that shows all of that, and then you can maybe get a picture on the side of you and your teammates and maybe your opponent's gamer tags, you should be safe, and 2K support should be able to grant you that 100 overall piece. So I'm just trying to look out for you guys. If I get to that point, if I'm lucky enough to get to 4 wins and win my 5th game, I'll be doing the same thing. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna go have my coffee and run a couple errands before I start up this park streak. Not sure if I'm gonna stream it, but more than likely I won't. I apologize, but if I do, I'll see you guys there. I just don't want to risk lagging while I'm playing on the park, because park already is a laggy experience. So yeah, love you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.